For the last 2 Saturdays, we have butchered a pig on each. So now, what do we do with all that meat and fat? This week has been a very busy week. Hi, welcome back to Lilac Oaks Farms. My name is Renee. It is so very nice to see everyone again, and I hope everyone is having a great day. But as you know, this week has been super busy. We processed 2 pigs. It has been a pork fest. Everything. And we have a new animal on the farm, and I have been very busy with that one. More on that one later. Since we'll be in the kitchen, I figured I would bring you along as I learn how to render lard for the first time. Plus, I need to make pork broth and can that. And we're going to be making ground pork for sausage. Or we can just make it sausage already, but I think we're just going to do ground pork because of the time limitations that I actually have. So, let's go have some fun. The goal for today is to actually render the lard. First, we're going to chop up some lard into some nice little bits, and we're going to put it in the crock pot. Rendering that just takes a long, slow process of melting it. Now, I'm much like you. I have never rendered lard before, so this was my first time, and I had to go and use the Google, and it said it took about 2 hours. Well, let me tell you, it does not take 2 hours. It's been about 6, almost 8 hours. So it is a really long process. I have leaf lard going right now, and I'm now going to do the regular back lard. The leaf lard is used for pastries and cakes, and this back lard you can use for when you're going to cook something in the frying pan. You need to grease a little bit. And then here we are, 1 full crock pot of lard. Now we're going to plug it in. Going to turn it on low, and you're going to add 1/4 cup of water and cover it and let this just slowly melt. Keep an eye on it after the first hour. Come through, stir it around a little bit, make sure that it's not burning. So it's going to take a while. Like I said, it's now like 8 hours and mine is still going. So it takes a long time. But with the power of YouTube, you can just go boom. Now that it has been several hours, it is still rendering, but I'm going to start draining it, and whatever hasn't melted yet, I'm going to put right back in, just to help speed up the process a little bit. So I have cheesecloth, and I cut it a little bit bigger just because I like it. And I double layer it, never know. So you're just gonna keep rendering this down till it's practically all gone, and there's only like bits and pieces of, like, they call it crackling, left. And then you can actually take that crackling, put it back in the crock pot and let it dry out some more, and it'll turn brown, and you can use it as like breadcrumbs or just as a snack. But in the meantime, this is what it looks like. We're just going to put it in mason jars and let them cool, and then put the cover on, and then we can refrigerate them so we can use them for later on. Now that our lard is rendering, it is time to pressure can that pork broth that I made with all those pork bones. So the recipe for making the homemade broth is quite simple. You just need a lot of bones and water and whatever spices you would like. I took mine and put it in my big oven roaster, threw all the bones in, covered it with water, threw in some garlic, salt, and peppercorns, let it sit on low overnight, and it simmered. And the next day, I came back out, I strained it, and then I put the liquid back into the fridge to let it chill. So then the next day I come out again and I can actually skim all the fat off. It's easier to have all that fat congealed at the top. So I skin that all off, and then I come out here and I heated it up to temp, and then I got all my jars and everything ready in my pressure canner. You have to pressure can any type of broth because there is no acid in it, so everything's pressure canned. If you're using a weighted pressure canner, then it's 10 pounds pressure for 20 minutes at pints, and for quarts it is 25 minutes, same pounds. If you're using what I have, which is a dial gauge, then that is 11 pounds of pressure. So that would still be 20 minutes for pints and 25 minutes for quarts. While we are pressure canning, let's get to grinding some pork. The last thing for today is to make sausage. I will be using some of the trimmings, some extra lard because sometimes I didn't have enough lard, and the pork butt or pork shoulder to make sausage. I do not have one of those fancy machines to make a nice little the sausage links, so we'll be just grounding it down and then putting it in 1 pound packages in the vacuum sealer, and I will make it either breakfast sausage or sweet sausage as we need it. So this has been my and my husband's busy week. I figured I'd take you along and share, and I only gave you little bits and pieces of it because it was just too much to do for our first time butchering pigs and trying to break everything down and learning how to do that and all the process. But I do have wonderful lard. This is leaf lard. I did get some nice pork broth, and I got lots of, this is sausage. So lots of that. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one.